Morning, welcome back. I've kept my Romanson palette in the this Masterson Stay Wet palette. I've had this many years. Instead of using these sponges, I used a kitchen towel, quite a few layers there, just sprayed with water. And I'm using Cotman on this palette. Apart from that, I think the cadmium yellow is an artist quality. So we've got cadmium yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna. That is, it's quite moist. That's a bit hard there. Look, it's getting lovely and moist. So. Back in the groove where I started 4.5 years ago with my second time round with Romanson type techniques. I've got a big pot of water here, so I'll wet the paper all over. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to paint. It's going to be probably a Seven Islands painting, which I've painted many times, but I do it from memory now. Or I just make it up as I go along and give it a title. But I was going there on Friday on my bike, having done one sketch, watercolour sketch, but I came off my bike and injured a few nettles and got a puncture which I could repair, but I always carried a spare inner tube, but my pump wouldn't pump the inner tube up, so I had to push it back on a hot day over 3 miles back home, so I wasn't very happy. Right, so sky, a bit of raw sienna. Look, that's lovely and soft. Look, lovely and moist. Okay, so we'll just give it a bit of an all over go. I keep a cloth very close where I can. Well, I need, that's a bit sopping wet now. I'm going to use another one. Let's put that at the top there. Use this old beer mat. Right. Okay. Now we'll put in a bit of a sky, bit of blue. Now that's quite good for Cotman. Look. Never know how these are going to turn out. Got a nice bit of blue in the water. Might even do another rocky one. Let's put a little bit of warm sienna in there. While the paper's wet like this, you can do quite a few things with it. And we're flooding a bit of light red and a bit of ultramarine. Got a nice cloud colour. Got a bit heavier on the red. We'll see what happens to this. Okay. Right, that'll do. We'll let that dry. I might just alter the angle of it a bit. It's just we're running down too much. Okay, it's about 25 degrees. I think 20-25 degrees. I keep trying to find the ideal angle for the arrangement for my watercolour painting. I like the idea of a drawing board, but I've got 2 drawing boards, and I put them on the desk, but they're just too high and the paper's too far away. I used to be a draftsman in a previous life, and one wonderful drawing office I worked in was for British Petroleum. I was freelance, detailed draftsman. It was a good, lovely contracts. And I had new drawing boards, drafting stations, big boards with wonderful parallel slide and angles, and you could bring the board right down into your lap and that would have been ideal, but that would be hugely expensive to buy something like that now. Right, I'm going to give that a dry, so take your, or mute your sound, ready, go. Okay, now I've got all these lovely mops, so I'm not sure whether I'll use any of them on this painting, but I've got 4, but one's sort of vanished. Oh, here it is. I've ordered another one from Curtis Ward. It's a triple O, Pro Art Renaissance. In these, with the exception of the Isabi, that's French, and that is really top notch. They're both number 6s, but you can see that that one has got much more in it. The bristles are quite a bit longer than the Renaissance Pro Art one, but then this costs twice as much. I bought it in France when I was there. Well, I've been there loads of times. France, just across the channel, 22 miles. This is the Pro Art number 6. This is a number 4. And that does come to a nice point, but the bristles are quite short on that one. This one is the number 6 Pro Art. That has a beautiful point. I might use it on this painting. And that is a goat hair mop, but same range. And this is a lovely brush. It's just, the bristles are just a little bit more springy than the squirrel. Right. Okay, so I'll put those aside. I'm still working with the hake for the moment. I want to put in a background on there. What do you want? Mountains? You want mountains? No, I like trees and things. So we'll put in some background, bit of blue, bit of red, same colour as the sky. Makes a difference working with wet paint. Ooh, it's freaking. I don't know if I can feel a mountain coming on there. Well, let's do it. Got a loose hair there. Let's have some burnt sienna in there. Okay, and I'll have another warmer mountain coming down here into here. That's nice. So I'm really almost working tube consistency here. Blue across there, got that horizon level, got some nice rich paints there. So I'm not giving up the Cotman or this way of painting. I've got my hair there, but I'm getting more into the mop painting, learning to be a bit more proficient with them, because they're wonderful brushes. So I'm going to work and see how I go on with them. So this could be any sort of mountain, couldn't it? Now if we go in, so a bit of Payne's grey in there. But with that sienna, we can have some sort of foothills here. I can etch out some of this with a card. So let's just come up here. Right, let's have a bit of reflection to go down here. broken water there. And put a bit of a beach in there, I think. Bit of sienna. Warm, nice. This is the beauty about the hake. It is so responsive, and with all that width you can do so many things with it. Just touch here and there, little bits. Get a bit of burnt umber in there. That's the driest paint on the palette is burnt umber. In oils, if you use burnt umber with anything, it helps everything dry. For some reason, I don't know anything about the chemistry in it. So let's just put in some bits and pieces here, and some green, bit of greenery. And we can do some calligraphy on top of this later. Something there. Okay, now while that is in that state, I'll find a plastic card and I'll start to lift out. Let's just gently touch. You get some lovely effects with the card. Just a bit of plastic, credit card, store card, something like that. Something that you're not using again. Right, let's just gently scrape over there. Just adds a little bit of detail on that horizon there. I might put some trees up there. I'm not quite happy with that one. But dark against the white underneath. But you've got to do this at the right time. Right, now here we can just edge out. It's a few rocks. Okay, now I've got to put a bush on there when that's dry, a bit drier. Okay, most of the painting done now. Right, I'm going to go into that area there with some thick blue and sienna, but you need a dry brush. The dry brush is never dry, it just hasn't got much water on it, flopping around. I want it to be thick, otherwise it won't it'll just bleed. Just nice and dark, nice dark blues. I might just edge out some trees on this here. And I can also lift out a couple of boats. I'm not using much Payne's grey, I just want the pure colour of sienna, burnt sienna and the ultramarine. Okay, that's quite good. I'm going to put a little beach underneath that. Not sure if I should put any reflections. I might do some dry brush on it, but a bit of sienna. Just dotted in along here. And maybe I will put a little bit of that dark underneath that. blue. Some broken blue there. Now, honestly, I am just making this up as I go along. Merrily. I'm guessing I'm just putting where I think should be there. Okay. So we've shown the reflection in the water there. We've got it in here. I'm going to dry that now. So earphones. Right, now I'll go back to texturing here with some greeny stuff, dark. So burnt sienna, cadmium yellow, and a bit of that. Oh, that's not thick enough. Not too much, come out too far, because if it's tight, it would get submerged. I'll use the rigger in a minute. Okay, let's put a bit of greenery over there. Okay, quite like that. There's something you with the rigger, with the height that is so good is that you can use it to just indicate some trees. Well, so far we've only used one brush, which is great. We can do it with one brush. I'm going to lift out some yachts along there and anything else that I fancy. Why wild grasses and flowers don't exist. Then most of all our paint doesn't exist. In reality, that's all mostly work from imagination. It's good when you can do that, because you're not, I know I'm limited by working that way, but you're not at a loss for something to paint. I was going to do Mitcham Common, but that blue just took over and it dictated the way I should go with this one. Right, let's have a bit warmer stuff in here. They need a bit of red in there. Just warm things up a little bit. Put a bit of blue in there. Right, okay. When that's dry, my little branches, I'm going to dry brush in some leaves, but I want to just lift out something on. Well, I can't really, can I? Because I've I won't bother. I'll just do some little houses, I think. A bit of tissue paper. Right, here's my 2-inch, my 1/2-inch brush. And let's just get a little bit of detail here. Chimney, get that right. Okay, sort of a boathouse. Whatever you want it to be. Just some suggestions of things. Some masts in. Nothing architectural, you understand. That didn't work very well, did it? Sorry if I'm masking it. Just put that, a bit of that blue back there. Okay. Let's just lift that chimney stack. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, and one way of doing it. Let's get rid of that blue again. Okay. Right, another one little bit I want to do is through there. Bit of wind ruffle. And a bit through here. All adds a bit of interest to the painting. Just lift out some of that rock poking through there. Right, that'll do for that. Now, just going to put a bit of colour back on that, so a bit of cyan and a bit of grey. Put another here. Maybe this one's going the way of its ancestors. Okay, let's just so the wind. Right, that will do. Put a few birds in. blue-ish. Signature. Can't do anything else there. No, we'll let that go. Just a bit of dry brush, I think, across there. That blue, the dark blue, and a bit of red. More hair gone. Test it. A bit wet. Right. That'll do. No more than that. I'll put the mount on it. In the brush. Stop it falling off. Failed. Lucky enough it was empty, that was a smaller water pot. Right, okay. Put that on there. So we've got another lakeland scene, Welsh mountains over a lake, wherever you want it to be. Okay, so there we are. Another quick watercolour. Let's just bring you round. Let's pull that up there. Rangy. Right, what's that? Okay, so there we are. Done it loads and loads of times before. I'm not sure. I'll get that illustrator. I hope the focus is okay. I had to alter it. I've got this on movie rather than on dual. No, I don't know what it is. But anyway, I've manually focused it to there rather than there. If I do it on automatic, it keeps changing whenever you move something. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's move you out a bit. Okay, see you soon. Thanks for watching.